guys, welcome back to stage 26. This month we are doing the control box, the battery, and the oil reservoir. Alright, so all the parts laid out this month, lots of plastic, a couple tubes, EM, DM, DP, EP, IP for screws. So we're going to start by taking this control box and the lid here, and we're going to put this here. And we're going to secure this with 2 DP screws, and then we're going to use 2 IP screws to come back in, and looks like we're going to have it on this side, so it's going to plug in to that keying feature here, and then the screws are going to secure from the other side here. So let's get the control box together first. With that in place, we're going to take our battery here and we're going to set it upon this little battery tray, or I guess it's just considered part of the battery. And there is a little keying feature here so you get it the right way. And then we're going to use 2 more DP screws to secure this in. And then we're going to use 3 IP screws to secure it in the other side from that control box from last time. So now we have the battery in place. We're going to take that away. We're going to now do the oil reservoir. The oil cap is just going to sit on the top here. Just going to sit on the top here like this. And then we're going to take an EP screw through the other side, which is going to be real tough to do on camera. But it's going to go in the other side and secure this. Once we secure the oil cap to the top here, we're then going to take this piece here and close this off and secure that with a DP screw. And then we're going to use an EM screw on the front and a DM screw to secure it to the front. So from this point, we're going to take our oil reservoir here and we're going to fit it in right here, EM in the front, DM in the back. So from this point, we're going to fit the radiator on, but we have to come in here and plug in this bottom one here. I've taken the top one off just to give us a little extra clearance. It's a little tough, but with some tweezers and without this attached, you should be able to plug it in pretty securely. Now from this point, it's going to be pretty hard to see, but we take those pins here and we push them in place down here, which is going to get this all situated nicely. But once we're here, we're not in the clear, because when we take our DM screws here, you're going to put them in and you're probably going to find, if you're like me, that they're not going to go in. So you're going to just have to put a little pressure on this bar in order to find that hole. It actually went in a lot better than it has previously, but I'm going to attribute it to the fact that this is like the 4th time I've tried to do this piece because I realized my radiator hoses had fallen off trying to manipulate this previously. So with all that in place, we're now just going to go ahead and put this hose back on. Shouldn't be too much of a problem here. Come on, you, get in your home. There we go. just like that. I'm noticing what I didn't notice before is that our hoses do have the little clamps. Kind of feel like maybe I should make them silver. Probably not going to ultimately worry about it, just because I know they did make them black too. So from here we're going to come to this hose we did last week, and we are going to plug it into the wheel well side of our control box here. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of stretch this just a little. And then I'm going to take my tweezers here, and I don't think this is going to be one that I'm going to cut, because I think given its location it's going to look just fine kind of how it is. It really like to kind of show it's in something more like this, but you know, I think that it looks just fine for what we're doing here. So from here we're going to take our battery ground in an EP screw, and it's going to go in right here. There's a little keying feature just to kind of hold it properly in place while we get the screw situated. So it's going to sit just like that, and EP is going to go through it. There we go, just like that. So from here we're going to take our little battery terminals here and our battery terminals here and put it on our tubes here to look like the cables. And as you can see, I've already kind of pre-stretched them to make them a little bit easier to work with. So with our battery terminals done, we're going to take them, and they do have keying features to make sure that they're in the right way. We're just going to plug it into the battery, friction fitting these in place here on both of them. And now the positive terminal goes down to here, and I'm not going to cut that because I think it's an okay length for this piece here, but I do think that your negative terminal needs to be cut, so we'll go ahead and secure that. Yeah, I think that looks okay for the positive terminal, and then the negative just feels a little bit too long. Yeah, just gonna cut just a little bit off the end, probably about 1 millimeter, maybe 2. And I'm gonna stretch this back out here. And this is just a personal preference. I just think that it's just a little bit too long, and I'm just trying to give the wire a slightly more interesting looking shape when we're looking at it. There we go, just like that. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think that looks pretty decent. So yep, that is 1 month caught up on. I have 4 more that I still have to film, and then I shall be caught up. So hopefully we'll have them filmed and we'll have it done before the next 4 issues get sent to me. So this is T2RX6. Hope you guys enjoyed the build with me, and I'll see you next time. Oh no, and I just figured out that my radiator hose is caught in this death trap. Oh no. I'll fix that off camera, because what a pain. See you guys. So after I was fixing this tube, I realized that this tube actually doesn't connect to anything. It's actually a radiator overflow tube, and that usually just kind of goes down here and just drips out any extra fluid from your radiator out. So I just kind of have it down here, and I stuck it in some of the cracks, so it kind of makes it look a little nicer along the radiator. I'm not sure. I might cut it and maybe stick it with a little bit of double-sided tape or something to the side of the radiator, just to kind of make it look a little bit nicer. But I think ultimately that kind of works for now. I know it's a little hard to see there, but yeah, just wanted to update that.